2, 1.
All right, so here's part one. The next type of problem you're going to see are problems that I will call shape and base. They are problems that are usually phrased like this. The base of a solid, for instance, like this one here, is a parabola. Cross sections perpendicular, I got to move this right. Cross sections perpendicular to the base are squares. There it is. Cross sections perpendicular to the base are squares with one edge in the base. Okay, so what is this again? The base of a solid is a parabola. Cross sections perpendicular to the base are squares. So we're not doing any rotation. That's the part here that's different than before. We're not rotating. We're simply creating a shape that comes out of the base, and if you were to slice along that coming out part, you would see a rectangle or a square. Think about a block of cheese. A block of cheese might look like a rectangle on the bottom, but if you cut it down like you're slicing it, it looks like a square. Now let's go to another one. So here's another one. Base of a solid. This base of the solid looks like it's trapped between square root of x and x squared, those two curves. Now here's my slice again. I'm going to move my slice, left to right like before. But this time we're not doing any sort of rotation. If my cross section is a square, and I think about that, my cross sections perpendicular to my base are squares. Or cross sections perpendicular to my base could be equilateral triangles. Ooh. Or they could even be semicircles. You can kind of have any shape coming out that you want. The shape that's coming out is going to be a geometric figure. Now what I'm going to show you here is if I were to go like this. There we go. Let me try to do this. If you wanted to visualize what this shape actually looks like. All right, so I'm going to bring this all the way over. This is the one where it's the circular cross section. That's what this object would look like. If the base is between those two curves and equilateral triangles, you'd get something that's more triangular looking. I don't know if I can spin this. Oh, I can. I don't want to mess it up too much. But there's the base, and then there's the triangles coming out. And if it was squares coming out, it would kind of have this weird look to it. It would be, it would have a little ridge in the middle. Why? And don't worry about that. But the cross sections, if I take this down to, instead of 93 rectangles, if I can get this down to one rectangle, and this is, I'm going to run out of space on this video soon. There we go. There's 6 squares. You see those squares right there? All right. And this is where we just slide the squares down. So cross sections. So instead of adding a whole bunch of circles, you're going to add a whole bunch of squares. This is again like the loaf of bread. Okay? So part 2 will be coming in a little bit, and that will be the formula. So see you soon.